Project management concepts may seem tough at times, but not to worry. You have a coach who makes it as easy as ABC. Here he is to set things straight for you. Your friend, Phil.
Hello, my friends. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I know you've been wondering about this 7th edition thing because lots of people are confused, thinking that the current exam that just changed on the 2nd of January is based on the 7th edition. Well, it's not. Let's talk about the 7th edition. One of the worst ideas that anyone could conceive. When you take a look at how they have distorted project management as it was very well presented from the late 1960s till recent, let's hope it doesn't see the light of day. Well, the 7th edition is it's just a nightmare all over. Think about it. You are a project manager. You're a professional. Do you think that project management can be supported by feel-good principles? Let's not even call them feel-good principles. Let's just call them principles. Okay? I've already created video about these principles. They're not bad principles, but building a profession on merely principles without the substance of the process, that's what project management is. Let's define how we have known it for a long time. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities. Now, we don't even want to talk about activities again like they're bad. Like, come on now, use your sense, project manager. This stuff ain't gonna fly. It's that simple. It's that simple. And you've heard me say it again and again, but today I wanted to just read a few colorful comments, very colorful comments from our colleagues, people who are just as fed up as I am. So let's take a look at this interesting comment here. I found this very, very true, but at the same time, very amusing, very amusing. This is from Antonio, and this is on none other than projectmanagement.com. It's a PMI owned site. But this is where people who are passionate about the profession have taken to comment. And I want to applaud Antonio for being honest and sharing his opinion. A lot of people are acting like they can't think for themselves. Come on now. Let's read Antonio's comment. Antonio says, PMI should simply pretend that the proposed PMBOK 7th version 7th draft never happened and start anew. I totally agree with you, Antonio. Project management is about producing deliverables, not benefits or strategic objectives. Making the whole standard principle based is absurd. You should do the right thing. See? You should do the right thing is no replacement for the discipline of process. My goodness. Antonio, thank you for this comment because you've taken a lot of our frustration and you've put it into a simple sentence. Let's read that one more time. One more time. Making the whole standard principle based is absurd. You should do the right thing is no replacement for the discipline of processes. Are we really doing away with process groups and knowledge areas? Such powerful frameworks to get things done? Just streamline processes, highlight principles, make customization the new big thing, or drop the BOK from the name of the standard? Just call it PM Practice Guide. 12 pages will do. And let's keep PMBOK 6 for the time-tested processes. Thank you very much, Antonio. And I get so excited about your comment because that is exactly how I feel. I am a professional through and through. When it comes to Agile, I'm crazy. When it comes to predictive, I'm crazy. When it comes to hybridization, I'm crazier. But do not ever throw out the baby with the bathwater. There are going to be scores of companies, scores of business units that need to deliver in an incremental fashion, in an ongoing fashion, in a flow-based fashion. And for those, they could use Agile, they could use Scrum flavors, Scrum Band, Kanban. They can do that all day long. That's fantastic. It works for those companies. But don't let's forget that there are many, many firms, and to be quite honest, all they do all day long is predictive requirements, predictive outcomes, and for that reason, their customer base needs plan-driven. Or they need an 80-20, 80% plan-driven, 20% agile. Or maybe they need 100% predictive. So what PMI is doing is forgetting about their loyal customer base, governments, a lot of plan-driven firms, and here they come with this lofty, nonsensical 7th edition idea. I guarantee you, it's not going to fly. Just Google PMBOK Guide 7th Edition Disaster Waiting to Happen and watch my very first video on this, okay? Because all I'm doing there is echoing a lot of the great comments that our friends have put out here. Sean is my buddy on LinkedIn. I want to read Sean's comment here. And Sean says, PMI needs to be held responsible for their procrastination to a release date of PMBOK 7th edition instead of pushing it back further and further. If we as practitioners of the profession follow these same practices shown here to our customer, they, the customer, would lose faith in us. How true, Sean? How true is that? Right on the money with that. Sean says, as project or program manager in our organization, our customers will definitely lose faith in us. Lack of credibility to deliver a milestone or deliverable, and lack of the ability to mitigate risk. Yes, I have audits, and yes, I have been published in the PMBOK Guide 6th edition too. So what Sean is saying is, take a look, you'll find his name in there, right? I want to hold PMI to the same standards that they hold us to and have them provide us a firm release date. Or I am highly disappointed in their ability to follow their own standard and or to govern this organization effectively. Thank you very much for that, Sean. My goodness. People who are serious are speaking up. And honestly, if you're not speaking up, I don't know what you're doing. If you're not speaking to your firm and getting them aligned, letting them know what PMI is about to do with the 7th edition is one of the wackiest ideas ever that has walked the project management earth. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, the poor people taking the exam that was released on the 2nd, they don't even understand. What is this exam, for goodness sake? Here we are, we're taking an exam that's based on, and they try to camouflage, saying it's not based on the 6th edition. Don't be ridiculous. The process names are 6th edition. So here they come saying, no, it's not really based on that. It's a potpourri of disaster. It's already a disaster. The new exam, you think the new exam is better than the exam that has existed over the past 20, 30 years? Get with the program. There is nothing better in that exam other than they have watered down a lot of the foundational principles of project management, and they have diluted it with wishy-washy babble that a lot of people in engineering companies, they look and they say, my goodness, why are we sending our people to take this exam? So just in case you've not heard PMI, your clients, a lot of them are very displeased at how this exam is looking because it's tending to be an agile-based exam. And that was not why people sent their organizational members to take the exam, to take the PMP exam. That wasn't why. They sent them because they thought they were learning some rock-solid, stand-the-test-of-time principles that they could come back and tailor and apply. And honestly, I am extremely delighted that hybridization and agile is coming to the surface. It needs to, but not the way you're pursuing it, not the way you're positioning. In fact, what you have in the 7th edition, let's not even insult the agile community. How about that? Let's not even insult them by trying to make it sound like, oh, the 7th edition is becoming more agile. Let's not be daft. Let's leave that alone. No, it's not. A lot of mistakes have been made, and it's about time we as professionals begin to tell the PMI, no, this isn't it. No, you missed it. You missed the boat. You missed the boat. I would rather you come out and let's just know, all right, we're doing Scrum, or we're doing Kanban, or we're doing a mix of Scrum and Kanban. Okay. Instead of trying to mix so many valueless pieces together, it then becomes so valueless. Whatever they're trying to put in the 7th edition is a disaster. And it's just waiting to happen whenever that date is. I think it's March 31st, whenever. Use your brains, project manager. I want you to assess when it comes out. Some of you haven't seen the draft, so you don't know what we're getting all worked up about. Take a look at the draft and decide for yourself. Tell me if you think, as a full-blooded project manager with brains, that is how to represent the profession. It's shameful. It's shameful. Honestly, you know what I would do? If I were PMI, if I was at the helm, and they better thank goodness I'm not, because if I was, I would fold up this project like yesterday. It's so ridiculous, I cannot even believe what I am continuing to learn. The more I learn, the more I groan. Enough said. Thanks for joining me. Those of you looking for training for this current exam, I'll be making an announcement later on this week. But for now, I just wanted to come on and let you know the 7th edition is nothing to get excited about. Okay? Nothing to get excited about. Instead, what I would want to get excited about is hearing your views. If you have read the draft, and when you finally do see it, let me know what you think. Drop me a comment below. All right, take care, and bye for now.